Hi guys, welcome to the channel. I'm your host Wisdom, here with Gabriella and 𝗚𝗃𝗃. Today we'll be talking on the topic under peer pressure. So first thing I would like to ask each of you is, what is peer pressure to you guys?
I feel like peer pressure is the influence that you get from your mates. The vibe that you feel like, oh, that somebody is telling you that you should do this thing. At the same time, you don't want to do it, but because you don't want to be judged, that you decide to do it. It's not really you by yourself, by your own choice that you're doing it. You're being under influence, whether it's negative or positive.
Okay, for me, I feel peer pressure is the push that you get from the circle of people around you, and it's a push that either moves you to a negative direction or a positive direction.
So do you ever think it can be neither positive nor negative? What if it's neutral? What if it's to do something?
Oh no. Peer pressure for me, I feel it always leads either to negative or positive.
One other question that I would like to ask is so there are some challenges, especially if you were to be someone who is new to somewhere, like maybe you move schools or you move where you live, and you now have to deal with a new circle of friends. And it will be very easy to want to conform to them, to do the same things that they do, because you want to be part of the community. But now, if the things they're doing are bad, how would you still balance fitting in and still not doing the bad stuff? Because you don't want them to look at you in a bad light, obviously. So
I feel like you shouldn't do it, because you yourself, you'll be like, okay, I'll be able let me just say no, but I'll still hang out with them. I won't be influenced. I won't do what they do. There'll be one day, there's always one day that they'll push you up to the point that you eventually do the bad thing that you told yourself that you won't do. And then from that day, you'll be like, oh, it's just the first time. There'll always be next times. The best thing you can do at that point is just to avoid it. Even if you feel like, oh, those people are popular, they'll help you to boost you because you're a new student. Really, you're new, and also you shouldn't get yourself in trouble because you're just giving yourself a bad name. Because they're popular does not mean they're the best thing for you right now. It doesn't mean they're going to help your life further on. And what they're doing and telling you to do, if it doesn't align with what you're trained to do or what God has had in plan for you, you shouldn't force yourself to do it, all because you want to please people.
Okay, for me, I feel if, as she said, a new student comes into a school and then doesn't know how to relate to people, but just wants to relate to people, and now sees that they are doing bad things. For me, I feel that first of all, if the person knows God and has had a strong relationship with God even before coming to school, it will be able to help that person. And even in choosing friendships, it would guide them on how to choose their friendships. So even if, her peers or his peers are involved in doing things, we could always, obviously, rapport with the peers, but at least no boundaries. That's why most times, even in classes, it's not every time that, a gathering of people, they're always good. There's always the bad, there's always the good. But it's left for the good to set boundaries between the bad ones and the good ones, and be like a light to them. So, because if you remember, the Bible says that let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. So, amongst your peers, amongst the gathering of people that are around you, I feel that you should be a light to them. Speak the word of God to them daily, even if they behave deaf, even if, or maybe they are trying to be stubborn to hearing you, but let it be consistent. Let it be known before God and man that, you say these things to them day by day. It is not a one-day thing. It is something that we say continuously. Like now, if I tell you, Wisdom, write your notes. and maybe you didn't hear me the first time. Write your note again the second time and you didn't write it. But once I continue to say it continuously to you, you see that whether you like it or not, you write because I continuously said it to you. So for me, I feel we should let our light so shine before men and be like a guardian to every one of them, even if they may see you as a bad person. But sooner or later, the story will change.
So you should be exerting peer pressure on them.
No, we're not exerting peer pressure on them. We're teaching them how to live by the principles of God, living in the right way. Because obviously, that's why I said that knowing God first before even entering a school is already a plus for you, because you'll be able to know how to live your life. You'll be able to know, even if yes, you may meet people that are AWAs or people that don't know God or they will influence you badly. But through knowing God and being mature, you'll be able to like guide them. And even though yes, they may not like you for what you are doing to them, but sooner or later, when they see the impact that you have done to their lives, you will see that they will begin to like you and they will even appreciate you.
Based on what she said, I would like to say some few things on what she said. So yes, she said that if you keep on telling somebody that, oh, write your note, you know the person could also snap. It's not every time the person will actually write the note. The person could actually snap. I can actually make the person even do what they're doing more because of their like, who is this one talking? Who is this to me? That who does she think she is? Is it because she's this? Is it because she's that? So I feel like you should approach the person gently, and then you should not be like, oh, telling the person to do it. When you tell the person the first time that they should do it, then the next time you cannot be like, oh, I saw that you did not listen to me. You sit down and talk with the person. Every day you just try to be advising the person, but you won't be like putting so much pressure on the person, because there's so much that somebody can literally take up before their cup gets full. If you keep on approaching the person calmly, the person can be like, if their friends actually be like, oh, this one is just disturbing me, she's just talking. If you know, like a few days later, the person be like, she's actually saying something that actually useful, but I'm not going to listen to it. Then you just see that later the person is just changing, because most time it depends about how you approach human beings. Even sometimes people that are built up with God, there's a way I will approach you and be so nice. I can even like manipulate you, and then you feel like, oh, I'm the best thing for you. Let's say like you don't used to listen to secular music when you're at home, and I'm like, oh, that you have actually not heard this secular music. It's actually not that bad. It's actually okay. It does not like anything blasphemous about God. It doesn't talk bad. It just has vibes and it's just fun. Then you're not like, oh, I don't really listen to it. The person not like, please just do it. Like, I just really want you to hear it and I hear your advice on it. You listen to it. And as you listen to it, you're like, oh, it's not that bad. Not like, oh, I don't listen to secular music, but I listen to this type of secular music. But do you know you're actually still listening to secular music? So it just depends on the way somebody approached you. Because there are some things that some people have in them, or they feel like, oh, that there's a way somebody treats them that other people are not treating them the way. And if you treat them that way, they can actually start to value you and think that, oh, they owe the world to you. And they start pleasing you and doing everything for you. But actually, I also agree that if the person was raised and had a strong relationship with God, it shouldn't be that easy to move them before they like listen.
And one thing I was thinking about when you were talking was you said that if you tell someone over and over and over again to do something, and eventually they would do it. But now, what if you're new coming into a community. They already have almost like a tribe. They all do the same thing. They all speak the same way. They all know each other probably very well. If you now start telling them to do something against what everyone else is doing, and you keep saying it, like, you are just one person. And as one person, don't you think everyone can just basically ostracize you? Like you're there, but you're not part.
That's when being along them and like joining them, even though you know what you're doing, or joining them to do the bad things, but you, one way or the other, still correct them. So it's just like now, you and Ute were a group, and I am a new student and I just came to 𝗓𝗪𝗃𝗃. And I know God. I do the right things, but you guys maybe don't listen to instructions, you don't do good things. First of all, I'll first be you guys friends. First, like love you, make you guys feel like, yes, we're one in a million. And from then on, you first build a relationship before we now start the correction. So as gradually we begin to know each other, we begin to trust each other, it's first friendship before we now even go into, okay, don't do this, don't do that. This may not be good for you. This may be bad for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, well, that's another thing. So you become friends with us. We've already known each other. And we're already like, we're maybe like, you could say partners in crime, right? So now you come in, you try to be our friend. We like kind of accept you. We kind of don't know if you're going to be our friend, if we should leave you alone or push you away. But like we just like let you talk, like say stuff. If you now start doing what we're doing and we start thinking you're a friend, when you now try and correct us, the first thing that would seem like is that you're betraying us. Because you've already been doing what we're doing as friends. Maybe we're still not sure, but in the end, now it looks like you're betraying us. So don't you think that could turn in even more negative results?
No. Because that's why I said that's where trust comes in. And you build trust, as in I would have to make you trust me. I would have to make her trust me. I didn't say doing bad things like following you people to do your bad things. No. I meant that we will be friends and we would even your bad things. Yes, I may be with you when you're doing your bad things, but I won't do that bad thing that you're doing. But being observant and trying to build that trust that you people don't have in me.
It's very hard to like you need God on your side whenever you're trying to make a difference as only one person.
Yeah, true.
And that's why it's usually best to have someone else with you, and then you can form your own like group, someone you are connected to, and that way you can like have strength to push against the tide of everyone else who is doing maybe the bad stuff from your perspective, the bad stuff. To their perspective, it may be the right stuff, yes. And it's funny, Paul also said something to us in Galatians 1:10. He said, "For do I now persuade man or God? Or do I seek to please man? For if I still please man, I would not be a bondservant of Christ." And that's telling you that like, when you even just try and start to please man, that you may have stopped pleasing God.
Okay, so one more thing that I feel that we as teenagers we should also know is that, yes, friendship. I can remember Bible says that iron sharpens iron. So in any friendship that we may even have, it should be a friendship that would benefit both of us. Do you get? It will benefit both of us, and we will grow more in the right way. that kind of thing.
And to close this up, on the topic of finding someone who you can belong to, I think that person in actuality is just Jesus Christ. When you pray to him and you talk to him, and he's now someone that you speak to, he'll now tell you what to do, what not to do. You now have someone you belong to, and he can give you a lot more strength to stay away from all those bad stuff, and maybe even influence them a little bit.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. Bye.